Para, that's nice. I still don't even get the KO on him. Oh my gosh, this thing is so fucking weak. You are so weak. Wow, this thing's so weak. That is with grassy terrain as well, y'all. Choice Banded Hornleech with grassy terrain did not get a KO on the Incineroar from around about a little bit more than half. From like 55% health. That just goes to show you how fucking bad Sawsbuck is. What is up, everybody? Back with some more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Regulation H VGC. Sawsbuck is a mon that you're not going to really be seeing played at all, but it does have a specific niche, and it does have Chlorophyll, and it's one of the more faster Chlorophyll users that you can use in this format. It may not be one of the strongest ones, but you do have some pretty good move pool, and you have a few unique things you can do. So that's kind of what this team's really around. You also have a few other really unique things on this team with Psychic Terrain, or it was Expanding Force, Espeon, and a few other things on the team that are also kind of cool. So the team by John9, if you guys want to use the team rental in the corner, paste down below. It's kind of a Sawsbuck Sun team that I kind of wanted to feature for you guys. I thought was pretty cool. So I'm going to kind of run through this team. We're going to hop in some games. A lot of cool stuff here I'm going to talk about with you guys. I kind of run through. You got the star of this team, which is the Sawsbuck with the Choice Band. You heard me correctly, Choice Banded Sawsbuck. You also have this Stellar Terra there with the Terra Blast. I'm not sure if that's actually really any good though, because every time you use it, you actually lower your stats by 1, your attack and special attack. So we're going to see if that actually does anything. It's only really good on contrary mons like Superior and a few others. I don't know if I'll be using that very much or have the situation really make use of that. We'll find out. But apart from that, you have the banded grass and normal type stabs, which are pretty good, and you have the coverage there with type horsepower for the steel types. So with Stellar Terra, it could be pretty good, but you're only locked into one move, so we're going to see how that actually does. But you should be able to outspeed everything under Sun with Chlorophyll, which might be pretty good. But the Murkrow on this team with the Haze, Tailwind, Sunny Day, Foul Plays, overall it's a really standard Murkrow set. You got the other Sunsetter on this team with the Ninetales over the Torkoal, which is kind of interesting, with the Charcoal, and actually more of an offensive variant as well. So you can set up the Sun, you also have an offensive fire type you can use on this team with the Charcoal. Psychic Seed, Sneasler, really good currently. You got the Throat Chop there for stuff like Golden Go and a few of the other Psychic types that kind of wall you otherwise. Apart from that, it's a really standard set. Indeedee with the Psychic Terrain is able to throw that up. You have Trick Room there as an option as well with the Imprison, Helping Hand to boost some stuff. And then you have the Espeon with the Life Orb, Expanding Force, Terra Fairy with the Dazzling Gleam, kind of cool. And you also have Weather Ball on there as well for the Steel types if you happen to be in the Sun. So kind of cool tech there. We're going to see how that does. Really cool team. There's a few things on paper here that I'm kind of questioning, but I'm not going to judge until I play this team or do some testing games myself and some games with you guys. We'll talk about it towards the end. We'll top in some games. Alright, we hear the game. We're going against Light Yagami from Death Note. I never thought I would go against somebody so famous on the ladder, let alone the casual ladder. So I'm honored. Guy's an absolute hero. He has the Light Yagami, has Gengar, Ninetales, Exeggutor, Dragonite, Weezing, Charizard. So he's his own Sun team. So we're fighting Sun versus Sun. I think what I do here is actually lean into like the Psy-Spam part of my team here. I'm going to bring the Murkrow just for the Tailwind here. I'm going to bring Murkrow for Tailwind. What else do I want to do here? Murkrow for Tailwind. What else do I want to bring? I'm going to bring the Espeon. I'm going to bring the Indeedee and bring the Sneasler. It's another match where Sawsbuck just really does nothing. It just literally gets outsped by everything, and I don't think I one-shot anything in return. I just get one-shotted. Even like a banded Stellar Terra Double Edge, I think like everything on his team probably lives him, maybe apart from Charizard. Even then, I don't know if that actually even one-shots him. This ain't too bad. This ain't too bad for me. I'm gonna Tailwind here, and then I'm just gonna go for Expanding Force onto the Wheezing. He might be Terra Dark, but whatever. I should have went for Dazzling Gleam. I figured he might protect turn 1. Should have went for Dazzling Gleam. I lose the Espeon turn 1 too. This is a really bad match for me. Really bad turn 1. I don't know how the fuck I'm already gonna win. I needed the Espeon to try to win this match. I have nothing for Wheezing. I literally have nothing for Wheezing this game. And this Indeedee is fucking useless. That's my main complaint with this team. This Indeedee literally does nothing. It is so fucking useless. That's my main complaint. Same with the Murkrow. I think I just fucking lose now because the Murkrow literally does nothing as well. It just sits here. Like, it literally just sits here and does nothing now. It's another problem. That's why I fucking hate Murkrow. Maybe you guys like Murkrow for this format, but at least for this format, I think the most overrated Pokemon in this format is Murkrow. I don't know why people think it's so fucking good. It's really bad. There's so many other better mons that just do its job way better. I think Whimsicott would even be way better on this team if I'm being real. You have the double grass typing, but who cares? Just, it's way better. At least it's offensive. I'm gonna try to play this out, but like I'm pretty sure I just lose to Scale Shot Dragonite here because he's gonna outspeed me now. If he burns me here, I for sure just surrender and I call it a night and I'm done. Okay, we get a KO. That's one good thing. Or at least get one KO. If he burns me here, though, I'm done. There's no way I win. There is literally no way I win now. I'm done. I'm just gonna surrender. There's no way I win. Ninetales, that doesn't really matter. I have no way to break through Wheezing either. I just surrender here. There's no way I win this. Gotta love losing to this type of garbage because Murkrow and Indeedee are so fucking garbage. I didn't expect the Scale Shot Dragonite there either. I guess that was props my point for that. I think if he wasn't Scale Shot Dragonite, I think the Espeon would have probably lived a Dragon Claw. So I wasn't really prepared for that either, I guess, but whatever. This team's really bad. I mean, I wouldn't say the entire team's really bad. There's a few things on this team that are okay, but overall, I think the team needs a lot of improvements. But we'll talk about it towards the end. I'll see you guys in another game. Alright, my first game, we actually have a opponent with a copy-paste rental team. That's pretty much what this shit is. Electabuzz, Primarina, Rillaboom, Annihilate, Kingambit, Incineroar. Side Spam actually doesn't look too bad into my opponent's team, apart from Incineroar, which I have to try to bring something for, which I guess I have Sneasler. Sneasler looks really good here, though. Sneasler looks so damn good in this match. For sure. I actually for sure want to bring Sneasler here. I think I'm going to bring Sneasler. I'm going to bring the Indeedee lead. What else do I want to bring here? I don't know if I want to bring the Espeon here. I feel like the Espeon kind of gets wrecked by half his team. At the same time, it ain't too bad, though, I guess. I don't know. It comes down to what he really brings. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to leave Sneasler. I'm going to bring the Sawsbuck and the Ninetales in the back, I think. That's what I'm going to try to bring to kind of throw him off guard. Because the Sawsbuck ain't too bad into his team. The main thing that's just walling it, though, is the Incineroar and like the Rillaboom if I have to click Grass-type moves. This kind of depends what I lock myself into, because he does have a Ghost type, and he does have a lot of stuff that resists my moves. This ain't bad. This is actually a really good lead for me. Really, really good lead. No Incineroar is great. Really nice lead for me right here. I just click follow me on this turn too. The Unburden boost. I just start going for Dire Claw onto the Rillaboom here. You can't go for Fake Out onto me. I just go for follow me here. Really good turn one. Straightforward, click 2 buttons. See what my opponent does. There's the Incineroar coming in. There's a chance I get a Poison here though. Or like a Sleep or a Para, hopefully. Coaching. He has coaching on this. Okay. That's actually kind of scary, actually. I don't know. If I can get a solid amount of damage into the Incineroar here, though, like, it's still worth. It's still going to do a solid amount of damage. I'm just going to go for Helping Hand here. With the Helping Hand boost, it might actually do a decent amount of damage. Comes the Rillaboom come in again. That tells me the Annihilate's maybe Scarfed. We don't know because I have Unburden, which would still outspeed it, so it might be Scarfed Coaching. I forgot my terrain's gone. I forgot my terrain is gone. That was actually a good plan. I thought there was no reason to go into Rillaboom. I forgot he switches terrain. That's what I forgot. I mean, I can just still... What do I do here? He's going to fake out the Sneasler here for sure. For sure, the Sneasler is going to get faked out. It just comes down to what I want to switch out and do. And I don't really want to switch. I really don't. Like, I have no attack. I have no attack move on this thing either, so I'm kind of fucked either way. He's Terra Ghost Incineroar. Not really the worst thing ever, but it forces me to like lock myself into like Horn Leech if I go into the Sawsbuck. Take some Rocky Helmet. This will take a fuck ton of recoil plus Rocky Helmet, so it's fine by me. I think the one good thing here is too is I also get my boost. So he sets up the grassy terrain for me and I get my boost on this turn, so that's pretty nice. And like even without Sun here, I should be able to outspeed everything. We're about to lock ourselves into Choice Banded Horn Leech here, y'all. We're YOLOing. With the grassy terrain boost too. I'm gonna Dire Claw here, and then I'm just gonna go for the Horn Leech. I'm not gonna Terra yet because I might need the Terra later on in the game for like a really clutch boost. I don't know if the Terra boost here really matter on one turn. The Para, that's nice. I still don't even get the KO on him. Oh my gosh, this thing is so fucking weak. You are so weak. Wow, this thing's so weak. That is with grassy terrain as well, y'all. Choice Banded Horn Leech with grassy terrain did not get a KO on the Incineroar from around about a little bit more than half. From like 55% health. That just goes to show you how fucking bad Sawsbuck is. This thing's Choice. This is Choice Scarf. Annihilate. I guess there's gonna be something in the comments. Oh, well, you could have went Terra there, bro. You could have went Stellar Terra. You would have for sure got the KO. It was just so risky. I didn't know if it even mattered. Like, I for sure thought I was gonna get the KO there, especially with the grassy terrain. I did not expect the Incineroar to live. I shouldn't have to go Terra Stellar when the Incineroar is like half dead already. And I have a Choice Band plus a grassy terrain boost. That's really sad. Oh, I really have nothing for Annihilate here, though. Like, what do I have for Annihilate? Not much. He's choice, too, so, like, I can go for Throw Chop, or I can go for Dire Claw to try to put him to sleep. I think that's what I try to do here, and I still go for Heat Wave. Withdraw. He wants to intimidate me again because I'm the fastest thing on the field, so he wants to get me down to -3. He wants to use that Incineroar to spam the fuck out of me with Intimidate. That's what he really wants. Shadow Claw. I missed the Heat Wave. Of course I do. I double missed, so I just surrender now. There's no way I win. That's great. So not only does the Sawsbuck let me down, the Ninetales comes in, has a chance to bring the game back with a huge sun-boosted, charcoal-boosted Heat Wave that probably would have for sure got the kill on the Rillaboom. And it misses. Not one, but both. I'm forced to protect here. He might just switch right back out into Incineroar to Intimidate spam me again. I thought he was going to... I think what he should do there is he should actually attack the Ninetales. I don't know if it really matters, though. I really don't, because like he's just going to be able to come in and Intimidate spam me again here anyways. So... And like he still has another Mon in the back, so he still has his entire team. He still has another Mon I haven't seen yet, so... That is only 3 of his Mons. He probably has King Gambit in the back, if I were to guess. That hasn't even hit the field once. That's why he wants the Sneasler gone so bad. So I'm going to Dire Claw here, hopefully I get a sleep, and then I'm just going to Heat Wave again. A fucking scumbag, this guy. This is why I fucking hate these people that just spam rental teams on the fucking ladder. They just pick a really good rental team from one of the major tournaments that happened recently, because they can't build their own fucking team. They don't know how to build their own team. So they go onto the ladder, they use a fucking rental team, and then they do whatever else they see that other pro players do. Oh, I'm going to use Incineroar. What I should do here? Oh, I'm going to spam Incineroar. Make sure this guy's attack is -10. I win the game anyways, but I'm just going to go right into Incineroar for another 3 times anyways. Not because I want to win, because I'm an asshole. I'm pretty sure you win the game anyways, bro. You don't need to switch into Incineroar 10 more times to get Intimidated off. Especially when you have Sucker Punch King Gambit. Like, I'm pretty sure you already win. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to protect. I'm going to protect here, and I'm just going to go for Heat Wave. There's a chance I could still maybe win. I don't know if he doesn't have a Terra anymore. There might be a chance I will win here. He has to double into Ninetales here. Or switch. I gotta land this Heat Wave. I gotta land this Heat Wave right now. I gotta land this. This is the biggest Heat Wave of my Ninetales' life. Please. You gotta land this. Shadow Claw does nothing because I got a burn. Wow, we might actually still win. We might actually still win the game. Holy fuck. Are we still gonna maybe win? I think my opponent might have choked. I think he misplayed big time. Because now he has no Terra for this either. Like, I just close combat. Like, he's forced to Sucker Punch something here. But no matter what he Sucker Punches, something dies. Actually, I should have went for Weather Ball there. It doesn't matter. That way, it's 100% accurate, but whatever. Wow. I don't know how I won. I literally don't know how I won. I guess the burn on the Annihilate there kind of mattered, but I think even without a burn, the Ninetales would have still took a Shadow Claw there, so I don't know if that really mattered. That's crazy. Get fucked. What a fucking scumbag. Get fucking wrecked by a team with a Sawsbuck on it. If I were you, I'd feel fucking pathetic, bro. You're using a pro player's team from a tournament, I'm pretty sure that's what that team is. From Baltimore, I'm assuming. And you lost to a team with a Sawsbuck on it. Go back to the drawing board. You're garbage. Get fucked. I'll see you guys in the next one more match. Alright, we're in another game. My opponent has the Chandelure Scrafty, which I haven't seen in forever. Really cool. I think Scrafty's underrated currently. Whimsicott, Ninetales, Baxcalibur, Annihilate. Really cool team. It's gonna be a battle of the weathers here, though, I think. I think this is a match where I actually bring Murkrow. Murkrow looks really nice here. Unfortunately, him having so many ice types and like an Intimidator, the Sawsbuck does not really do much here, and he has like 2 ghost types. It's a really bad match for the Sawsbuck, unfortunately. I don't know if I even bring it this match, if I'm being real. I think if anything, if I just bring the weather just to change it to sun. I think that's kind of what I do. What I want to do, I actually just leave Murkrow Ninetales here. I'm just going to leave Murkrow Ninetales. If he tries to change my weather, that's fine. I have Tailwind turn 1. Murkrow Ninetales. I have Scorching Sands for the Chandelure. What else do I want to bring here? I think I bring Sneasler, and I think I bring Indeedee in the back. I think that's what I bring here. This is such a bad matchup for the Sawsbuck. I can't bring it if I want to win. It's just so fucking garbage. It does nothing here. Ice Shard from Baxcalibur probably one-shots it. That's how bad it is. I cannot bring it if that's the case. Ain't too bad. I think the worst case is if he goes into his own Ninetales here and switches the weather. But I think I just go for Tailwind here. We match Tailwinds, and then I just go for Heat Wave. If he wants to switch out into Ninetales, that's fine, but he's going to be catching a Heat Wave on the way in. Here he comes. You're going to be catching this Heat Wave, bro. I don't think you want to catch this. Here comes Scarlet. Oh, that's Chandelure. That's going to absorb my Fire-type move. I don't know about that, actually. It's not the worst thing ever because I do have Scorching Sands. Shiny Chandelure looks badass, though. Really cool shiny. That's one of my favorite shinies from Gen 5. Badass looking shiny. I just foul play. I just double into this Chandelure here. I don't know what Annihilate does. I don't know what he has to really one-shot me if he's not boosted. Apart from like close combat, but then he lowers his defense. Goes into this again, that's fine. He wants to get his Tailwind up. Are you Terra Grass? If he's Terra Grass, that's actually a huge problem. He's Terra Fire, so that doesn't matter. You're still dead. He didn't think I had the... Oh, actually, that does nothing. That literally does nothing. I'm dead. Wow, that's fucking crazy how much that's resisted. That's with a Flash Fire, Sun boost, and then a Terra boost on top of that as well, and it might also be Specs. Or he's Life Orb too, that's crazy. I think if I didn't have Sneasler here, I think with his Tailwind he might have been able to outspeed me, but... I'm kind of in a shitty spot because now the Sneasler by itself needs to kill the rest of his team, and like I really don't have anything for Annihilate at all. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna break through Annihilate. Looks like this Indeedee has no attacking moves. I'm gonna Dire Claw here. I'm gonna try to Dire Claw, and then I'm just gonna go for Follow Me here. Well, a tailwind there should not matter. Tailwind should not matter at all, so... I just do the same thing. I just go for Dire Claw again. If he switches, he risks himself getting statused. And then just follow me here again. And then on his next turn, I try to get rid of the Whimsicott and just keep going for follow me until I die, I think. If I need more damage, I can maybe go for Helping Hand if I know I get a full KO. Even with Tailwind, like, you ain't outspeeding me. Chandelure, I think, is another mod in the format, though, that's, like, really underrated. I think the only main issue is that I think it's, like, 80 base speed. So, like, it's barely fast enough for Tailwind teams, and it's, like, not slow enough for Trick Room teams. It's kind of a really weird speed tier. Really, I think it's, like, one of the highest special attacks in this format, though. I think it's 145, which is crazy. He does have Ninetales. If he had Ninetales, like, why didn't you go into it a lot earlier? I guess he would have risked a fire type move getting hit by it, but could have changed my weather and everything. I think what I do here is I just Dire Claw. I Dire Claw here, and I'm just gonna go for a Helping Hand. I cannot let him set up Aurora Veil. He actually outspeeds me on Burden. That's crazy. How the fuck do you outspeed me, bro? And that doesn't even get the KO. But I put him to sleep. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. I'm gonna Dire Claw the Whimsicott now. Maybe I can get a poison. And I'm just gonna follow me here. Okay, that's great. No more Tailwind, so now I for sure outspeed him. I think I just get rid of Ninetales. I think that's a lot more of a threat if it wakes up with Blizzard. I think that's what I do here, and I just go for Follow Me again. Hope he gets fully paralyzed. The game ain't done, but I just don't know how I win versus Annihilate. That's going to be the problem. It's going to be a 2v1 versus Annihilate, and I cannot touch it unless I get status off Dire Claw, I think. And he actually wakes up and he just goes for Blizzard, so I lose. I live barely, though. I know you could maybe argue maybe I should have just got rid of the Ninetales a turn earlier, but it comes down to sleep turns and how lucky that is. So that was pure luck there. I didn't know he was going to wake up on turn 2. I think what I do here is I go for I don't know. What do I do? I wish this Indeedee had an attacking move. I really do. I wish this thing had, like, even Dazzling Gleam would have been so helpful this match. I think I maybe would have won if this Indeedee had, like, at least one attacking move on it. Just so fucking useless. I think I just go for Dire Claw and I hope to put him to sleep. I think that's what I gotta do here, and I go for one last... Actually, know what I'm gonna do here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go for the Whimsicott here. Go after the Whimsicott, I'm gonna go for Follow Me here. If he goes for Rage Fist, then it'll force him to hit the Indeedee here, and if he has close combat, it'll also force him to hit the Indeedee. That way, if he gets a defense drop, I can maybe have a smaller or a bigger chance of winning. Depends what his moves are. I'm assuming he probably just has Drain Punch. So there's the Rage Fist. Okay, we get an extra turn. We get an extra turn. Go for the Dire Claw again. Perfect, that's fine. Any status is fine by me. I still don't think we win, though, because he's not... I was hoping he would be choiced. He does take some Rocky Helmet damage there, though, but I think I still lose. I need him to get fully paralyzed here. He's also leftovers, so he can kind of just protect if he really wants to. He's risking getting paralyzed, though. I'm going to Throw Chop now. Yeah, there's no way I win. I wish he would have got paralyzed. There was a small chance I could have still won, but you have to get paralyzed like 3 turns in a row, and I guess it's not very high odds. That sucks. I think we should have won that game. I don't know how the fuck he won. I think he just got really lucky there. I think that turn 2 wake up there on the Ninetales really got super lucky for him. Because I would have had another 2 turns. I probably would have lived a poison jab for sure. With the Indeedee there, and I would have had another 1 or 2 turns with the Indeedee having health, and I would have got more attacking damage into the Annihilate. So there was a chance I would have won then. I think him just getting a turn 2 wake up there for sure won the game. Which was just pure luck, like I couldn't have prepared for that. You could argue, well, we could have got the Ninetales, you could have got rid of it a turn earlier instead of the Whimsicott, but I didn't know he was going to wake up on turn 2. So, that kind of sucks. Talk a little bit about this team. Alright, as for this team, there's a lot I would actually improve with on this team. The first main thing that I would improve, which is a simple thing, is a lot of the low power point moves, like the close combat on this team, and there's a few other low power point moves aren't maxed out. That's one thing I would fix, number 1. Number 2, this Indeedee fucking sucks. The main issue with this Indeedee is it literally just sits there and does nothing. What I would change with this Indeedee, it needs to have some type of offensive move. Whether you want to get rid of Imprison, whether you want to get rid of Trick Room, I would just get rid of Imprison. I'd keep Trick Room on there. You can maybe reverse Trick Room if you really need to. And then get rid of Imprison for like either Dazzling Gleam or a Psychic type move would be really nice. Probably Dazzling Gleam. That way you can at least somewhat do something offensively to help the Sneasler. That's the main thing. Most of the games where I had the Sneasler and the Indeedee, it became the Sneasler right versus like almost like my opponent's entire team. And the Sneasler by itself with the Indeedee just cannot do enough. It really cannot. It can sit and spam follow me all at once, but having the extra damage there, especially to finish off like low health targets or like help the Sneasler damage-wise to be able to 2-KO some stuff, otherwise it wouldn't. That would be really good for this team to have, and you don't have that, so. And another thing is taunt. There was a few games when I played this game in testing that the Indeedee got taunted, and it was literally useless the entire game. I ended up just losing right off the bat because it got taunted. A non-prankster taunt, which is running around right now, a lot of your faster stuff. Stuff like Talonflame is really common with taunt. There was a few other things that had taunt. There was I think it was an Incineroar that I think taunted me. Well, I think it was either Incineroar or Talonflame is the one thing that taunted me. I forgot which one it was, because I think the team had both of those on it, but I got taunted and it was literally pretty much fucking useless, did nothing, so at that point in the game I pretty much lost because they were just able to double into the Sneasler and I had nothing that can actually attack, so that's the main issue. The Indeedee needs some type of attacking move, or it needs to just get rid of, like, I wouldn't say get rid of it on this team because you need it for the Sneasler to proc and burden, but I don't know, that's the main thing I would change. Other thing on this team, the Murkrow is garbage. Murkrow is literally dead weight on this team. It's another one of those mons. This team, the problem with this team is you have too many things on this team that are too dead weight. The Indeedee does not attack, and the Murkrow literally clicks like 1 or 2 moves, and all it really does is just sit there and spam foul play, which on the majority of the opponent's mons are not going to be doing very much damage at all unless they either set up or they have a really high attack stat to begin with, which is maybe once in a while, but it's not going to be every single game. And that's the main thing. And your opponents can take advantage of that and just double into whatever is alongside the Murkrow and just win that way by making like a 1v3 or whatever it is towards the end of the match. That's how I lost a lot of my games as well. I don't know why everybody likes Murkrow. I think it's, like I said, I think it's the most overrated mon in Regulation H. It's really bad. I hate it. I hate Murkrow. Really, really bad. I would even throw, like, you could argue even throwing Whimsicott on this team. Whimsicott literally does pretty much the same thing as Murkrow apart from Haze. And, like, I think everybody's over-prepared for Dozo Tatsugiri as well. I think that's another combo that everybody's just way too over-prepped for. I think my entirety of, like, playing, especially over, like, the past week on the ladder, mainly just the casual ladder, I think I ran into, like, 1 or 2 Dondozo Tatsugiri teams. And that was out of, like, literally, like, 20 to 30 games played over like the past week, recording matches for you guys for sessions. So I don't know. I don't know why people are so over prepared for Dozo Tatsugiri. I think everybody's just way too over prepped for it. Haze is great and everything, but I think it mainly is prepping for that and just taking up a move that you're only going to be running into maybe 1 out of every 5 or 10 games, it's just not worth. And especially when you can prep for it in way other ways that are just way more effective and give you a lot more viability versus like your teams in general that actually have some type of other use, apart from just having Haze on there for like one thing mainly. No. Then you got the star of this team, which is the Sawsbuck. This thing's really bad. I'm going to be real with you guys. I think the main thing that's holding Sawsbuck back is its typing. The grass normal typing is just really does nothing. Especially in the format right now, a lot of the common stuff being played, either it just gets completely walled by a lot of the common stuff, or they usually just run a Terra. You'll be able to hit them for decent damage, but they'll go like a Terra. And then, especially because you're banned, you'll be locked into that move. And they're pretty much able to nullify like any type of damage you're going to be doing with a Terra as like a defensive Terra. So, I don't know. And then also another thing I want to talk about too is the Stellar Terra on the Sawsbuck too. Really does not make any sense. There was not one game where I actually went Stellar Terra Sawsbuck. And the one thing with the Stellar Terra too is you only get 1 turn where it's actually a boosted move per type. So if you don't get a KO with the move when it gets boosted, then you no longer get the boost, which is really bad. It does not really make much sense on a choice banded set. You're better off just having like a Terra Grass or a Terra Normal and trying to play towards one of those stabs to try to either clean up a game or try to do a lot of your damage with. The Stellar Terra overall just doesn't make sense if that's what you're trying to do, especially if you're locked into one move. That's another thing I would change. I would get rid of the Stellar Terra. I'd either put a Terra Grass or Normal, or a defensive Terra, like Terra Ghost or something maybe. Granted, you're not going to be living a hit anyways. Even if they touch you, you can throw a piece of paper at the Sawsbuck and it'll fall over. Any normal type or like any neutral move you throw at this thing that's relatively strong, it just dies. So like I don't even know why you'd run a defensive Terra. Just run like Terra Grass or Terra Normal. Try to play for like a banded Double Edge or a banded Horn Leech later in the game. And try to go from there. I think that's the best way to really run it. I don't know. It's okay under Sun, but like a lot of the stuff that checks Sun, Rain's just so common right now too, which is another huge issue. A lot of my Rain matchups that this team really struggled into. You have like the Sneasler's pretty good into some of those matchups, but like it's the Sneasler alone just cannot carry that. It's way too much for it to carry. I think there is one MVP for this team though. I think it is the Sneasler. Probably the thing that put in the most work most of my games. And then the SP on this team, which also it's good if their opponent has like no dark type stuff or like no priority. This team is kind of weak to priority as well if you don't have terrain or if they're able to switch your terrain. So I don't know. Overall, is Sawsbuck good? I know I'm talking about this team way too long. Overall, is Sawsbuck good? No, it's not. It's a garbage mon. Is it as bad as Flygon? I'll leave that to you guys. You can maybe decide that. I don't know. I think they're both on the same level. Unfortunately, I think they're both equally as bad. But you could argue maybe Flygon's a little bit better, at least because it has Levitate and has Tailwind, and it's decently fast. I don't know, I can maybe at least click one move. If you guys want to use the team for whatever reason, Rental in the corner, hopefully you guys do better than I did. Paste should be down below. Apart from that, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in a future video.